On the subject of products being better back in the day,
Good link.
Colnago have just officially dropped a brand new rim brake bike. And I feel like we need to talk about it. It's a rim brake version of their premium C68 bike. It's apparently for, and this is a direct quote from their marketing blumph, people with a sophisticated cycling culture. Do you want to? I'll say that another time, give you another opportunity to absorb it. This bike is for people with a sophisticated cycling culture.
Does that feel like a bit of a dig? As in, like, if you don't want this bike, you don't have a sophisticated cycling culture. Or am I just seeing the negative there?
It does feel a bit like a dig, yeah. But I also feel like that statement actually applies to steel bikes, like traditional steel bikes, rather than a very modern carbon bike that's got what some people will be upset for me to say, but old technology on it.
Ooh.
So the frame set, which includes frame, fork, seat post, headset, costs £6,299, which is about $7,750. And
frame set.
Frame set.
What?
The disc brake version of this frame set is £1,000 cheaper. So the disc brake version is £5,269.
Wow. They're just trying to recoup the money that they've spent opening the new mold for a very small run of these bikes.
Well, I can tell you, they're not actually made from a mold.
Oh, C68's tube to tube. And then what are they doing then? Why is it so expensive?
Yeah, the C68 frame is made with a modular construction rather than a mold. This means Colnago can customize the frame for small production runs, though it doesn't say how many rim brake C68s will be produced initially. I think it's a marketing stunt.
That's a good bit of marketing.
Exactly.
We're talking about it.
I don't think it is a marketing stunt. I just think there are lots of really, really, really rich people that live in really, really, really nice climates, and they want something that feels a bit more traditional. And they're going to, I think they'll lap this up and they'll put super high-end gravel. You know, like, I think this is the bike which is going to show up in like Saudi Arabia and Dubai and all of those
where
places.
they don't have hills.
And bearing in mind that the number one ambassador for Colnago is Pogacar, who rides for Team UAE. Let's not forget that. So I think it's designed for the Middle East and nice climates.
There's always going to be a hardcore, sort of bit old school contingent of cyclists, club cyclists, and in the UK as well, who don't want to leave rim brakes, but are they going to buy this? Probably.
No, it's
they'll
like...
probably buying something else. They'll probably ride a steel bike or an old carbon bike that they've got.
It's niche within niche, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, if they sell 200 bikes at that amount of money, they're still going to make all right money off of it. But I'm assuming someone's asked for it as well. But I believe I did have a chat with Nick about this, and the bit he was kind of like, he was saying that it will definitely be new considered and like an independently, no, I don't know how to word it, a new designed bike. It's not just some like old bike that they've just re-released. He's pretty confident of that. And then he was questioning what group sets people are going to be available, or what group sets are going to be available for people to get for this bike. We do know that Campag are releasing something in the future or in the coming few months. No one seems to know what it is. Nick doesn't know what it is. They haven't told us because they don't communicate with us ever. So Nick was speculating whether Campag are actually going to be dropping a brand new hydraulic rim brake group set for this bike.
No, that would be stupid, wouldn't it?
I think so, yes.
It works on one modern bike.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're making it's dual pivot calipers as well.
Yeah, which is
so
super
it's
modern.
Even more. Well, yeah, it's more modern than one pivot.
Yeah.
but how many frames is that going to fit on it? Can you even adapt? You can't.
No.
Like
it's a very niche thing, isn't it? And I'm almost surprised they're not selling them as completes. So they're ultimately taking the burden of group sets, unless they're thinking that there's a lot of people out there that are on old frames because there's not that many rim brake frames around anymore that have good equipment and they just want to upgrade their frame. Who knows? I do not know. Well, I can only assume this is for just really, really rich people that want either a wall bike or live in a really, really nice place.
I think they might sell a few of them, but I think this is completely fabricated so that people like us and Road CC and Cycling Weekly talk about Colnago, because there's a trope around of talking about rim brakes and are they dead or are they not, and this is a perfect story to continue to discuss that, and therefore that it gets them attention. I don't think they're going to have made many at all.
Perhaps it makes the rim brake one seem cheaper.
The disc brake one.
Sorry, yeah, the disc brake one.
Yeah,
so
perhaps.
all of a sudden you feel like you're getting a bargain. It looks like the big three group set manufacturers are technically still making rim brake group sets. It's one of those things I kind of imagine like the Canyon TT bike that costs like £5 million and technically is available on their website, but if anyone ever ordered it, we don't think they would actually receive it. I can't imagine you can actually get hold of these group sets, or if you can, there can't be many of them around anymore.
The track bike you're talking about, the Canyon one.
That track.
The track one, yeah.
Like surely these group sets are not.
Well, they're not in high demand, surely, are they? They're all electric as well, aren't they? You have to put an electric group set on this bike as well, which is another sort of anti-traditionalist thing, I guess.
You've got an electric rim brake group set.
Yes.
That was because at that point, which was even still 3 or 4 years ago, 3 years ago maybe, it was hard getting a rim brake group set then, wasn't it? Or was that just the COVID effect? Maybe that was the COVID effect.
Particularly with SRAM, and that's what Nick was stocking. And then I just bought this one off him because it was the last one available. It's a Force rim brake axis.
Yeah.
It's really good. Well, brakes don't work, but it's really good otherwise. I can fix it myself at home with no bleed kit. There's like a peace of mind there. Not that any of my hydraulics have ever needed to be serviced. So